Bigfoot and the bear epidemic. Hi, this is Chip McGillicuddy, and we're going to cover all these things and, well, exactly those two things this week on Trail Action News. This is where the theme song and the introduction would be if Steve would do his job. First up, Bigfoot 200 took place this past week in Washington, America. This race, held by Destination Trails, is one of the hardest 200-plus mile race events in the country. Of course, as we all know, this race was inspired by the hit 1997 Pierce Brosnan vehicle, Dante's Peak, or more infamously known as the movie with that old lady who threw herself into an acidic lake in order to save her entire family. Legend has it, Pierce Brosnan's character took what later became known as the Bigfoot 200 course all across Washington in order to warn the entire state of their impending doom. When we reached out to Pierce Brosnan's representative for comment, all they had to say was, quote unquote, damn, die another day really soiled our reputation. Wow. So, that movie did suck though. Dante's Peak is a classic. Highly recommend it, Steve. You should watch it. This year's edition of Bigfoot was once again rerouted, but that didn't stop fan favorite Killian Court from absolutely disrespecting Bigfoot this year. He came in first place, once again proving that Back to the Future Part 2 had it right when it came to fashion. Only coming second to our favorite, Anastasia Wilde. Look at that puppy jacket. Have you seen her out there? She looks very comfortable. I want that jacket. I don't know what that is. You know what that is, Steve? Okay, that's enough. It's getting weird now. Coming in second this year was the young lad from the Northeast, Brody Chisholm. When we asked why he decided to finish so fast instead of holding on to his youth while he can and instead embracing the fleeting nature of adulthood, all he had to say was, quote unquote, I wanted to make it back to Miss Abernathy's advanced calculus class by Monday. When we inquired as to the reason why, all he had to say was, have you ever seen the movie Matilda? Say no more, Brody. Say no more. And on the women's side of things this year, Ashley Paulson won Bigfoot in about 57 hours, or about 92 iFit classes. And if you don't know what the hell an iFit is, like the rest of us, that's about 87 Peloton classes. And if you still have no earthly idea what we're talking about, you just might be a trail runner. And you're doing okay in life. Coming in second this year for the women at Bigfoot, Manu Villaseca of Mount Coast fame, which I'm just now finding out is not a principality in Europe. After coming in third in Tahoe and now with a second place finish in Bigfoot, all that she has left is Moab. And based off of trends, coming in third, coming in second, that can only mean one thing. She's coming in fifth place in Moab. See, Miss Abernathy, I do know how to add. And our producer Steve is indeed confirming that Adam Williams is still on the Q alert after finishing Bigfoot 200, which means he's done about, way too many of these things. And to pour salt into our ever-gaping wounds, he decided to go for a 7+ mile run hike right after finishing this race. So once again and continually, you Adam. David Goggins ran Bigfoot 200 this week as well. Yeah. Okay. That's it. That's it on that. It looks like we had a celebrity run Bigfoot this year. Anthony Starr, better known as Homelander from the hit TV show The Boys, ran this race. Until we realized it was just a guy named Patrick. But he does know David Goggins. That was a good one. We're able to link those two together. Ooh, that David Goggins bit was for naught. Oh, it's hard being a man sometimes. You wouldn't know that though, Steve. Not at all. And local San Antonio and podcast legend Kenneth Anderlich decided to go on a leisurely stroll and accidentally ended up on the Bigfoot 200 course. He then promptly decided to ignore every single flag marking and aid station and somehow became the first person ever to somehow render his GPS tracker completely useless. When he found out that there was a reroute this year, he was heard saying, "Oh damn, we can do what we want?" And then he decided to add over 20 plus bonus miles to his run. At the finish line, when interviewed, he told us, "Man, the river walk was longer than I remember." God bless. Meanwhile, a Canadian living in secret in Houston was able to do the unthinkable. He managed to sneak away from his family, run Bigfoot, finish it, and make it back home to all 10 of his daughters plus wife without any of them knowing he was gone. So congratulations, Trevor. Rumor has it, though, he was trying to make it to Vancouver. You see, as an Oilers fan, it's been nothing but complete and utter misery for him the past 2 years, so he's considering switching to Canuck fandom. It turns out even Oiler fans suck at jumping ship. Can only get worse from here, my man. And this just in from our producer Steve, we have ourselves a Harvey Lewis update. As of this recording on Thursday, Harvey Lewis is now 480 miles into his Bigfoot 200 journey. As we all know, Harvey Lewis sure loves to round up to the nearest 500th mile. Attaboy. Humdinger. Ain't I right, Steve? And with Bigfoot 200 officially concluded, we now turn to Jethro Wiggins, who's on the scene in Randall, Washington, to kind of just give us an overview of the events. Jethro, how are you doing out there, my man?
I got dysentery.
Jethro, I believe you're not supposed to filter and drink the water at Jackpot Lake, based off of previous experiences. Godspeed, Jethro. You're gonna need it. While on the subject, has anyone thought of an Oregon Trail 200? That would have been nice. Oh. And lastly, local Houstonian John Kilbourne was on the scene, course sweeping, and I believe we have some footage. So let's see what you have cooking, John. It's just a picture of himself. That was much ado about jack shit. Thank you for that, Steve. Next up, bears, and how they're becoming a nuisance out on the trail. So I beg to ask the question, how do we wipe bears from our trails and kick some bear butt? Next up, we have Izzy from Bear Butt Wipes. Bear Butt Wipes? This is not about getting rid of bears at all. God damn it, Steve. What the f*** do we pay you for, man? Izzy from Bear Butt Wipes is up next, which is great. I love bears. Anyone remember Hank the Tank? That was a fun story.
How you doing there, Chip?
Oh, wow, you started.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, buddy.
Wow, what a surprise. And for our next segment, we have Izzy from Bear Butt Wipes joining us. Izzy, first and foremost, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm not usually used to someone else starting the segment, so it took me by surprise. Izzy, I do want to apologize, though. Last segment, I was under the impression that we were trying to wipe the bears from the trails. Literally get rid of them. I was kind of misled by my producer, Steve, so you can blame him for all that. But now that I've been corrected, and I'm very aware of your product there at Bear Butt Wipes. But first and foremost, Izzy, can you tell us your role with Bear Butt Wipes?
Yeah, I'm the marketing director of Bear Butt Wipes and the team manager. So we have 11 athletes on our team right now.
11 athletes?
Yeah.
Wow, that's 12 more than we have.
Yep.
Isn't that right? Oh, Steve. He's terrible. Is it true what they say about Bear Butt Wipes, that they are basically the Snicker bars of toiletry? Basically, you are not yourself when you're not wiping with Bear Butt Wipes.
I would 100% agree with that statement.
I just noticed that people are a lot happier out there on the trail after relieving themselves with accompaniment of Bear Butt Wipes. So kudos to that. But my other question, Izzy, is why a bear? Why not a llama or a walrus, or, for say, the very popular duck-billed platypus?
Uh,
What made you guys settle on a bear?
I think it's the term "does a bear shit in the woods?" Comes down to it.
And and why not ducks? They already have a monopoly on tape, so I thought it'd be the next logical step for them.
Or Bigfoot? Well, I don't know. That's a very good question. We'll have to ask the owner that.
Very good question, and also very relatable with our segment.
Yes.
So what would you say is the worst thing for you to encounter out there on a trail? I know you just did Trans Rockies, so congratulations,
Thank
golf
you.
clap.
Thank you. Thank you.
And but what would be your least favorite thing to encounter out there on the trail? Mine, honestly, probably Kangaroo Jack. Just a mean old Joey out there kicking left and right, mainly based off of my childhood disappointment of the early 2000s film Kangaroo Jack, where it turns out there really was no talking kangaroo and it was a drug-fueled hallucination, which somehow ironically makes this more relatable in adulthood. What about you, Izzy?
Oh, definitely hallucinations. Those little troll men that are at the top of the trees just staring at you. I don't know if they're going to throw things at me. Like maybe they're throwing poop at me that they've collected along the trail. Lots of
Turns out half of
hallucinations.
them are real, though, so you can never be too safe with those trollmen out there. So we are the most vulnerable when we're out on the trail taking a dump or just anywhere. Bathroom usage, it's the weakest and lowest that we possibly are. We are at our lowest and mentally most unstable. So how are these wipes going to emotionally provide for us?
Oh, they keep your cheeks clean. They get in crevices that toilet paper cannot. They don't stick to your ass cheeks like toilet paper. Have you ever walked away from a pooper and you got toilet paper stuck on your butt or your leg or your shoes? It's not a good look.
All the time, but also I just want people to know that I did indeed just use the bathroom. So I kind of wear it with a source of pride, if you will. So if you had one person in this earthly existence that you had to take a dump next to on a trail, who would it be?
Oh, wow. Who would I take a dump with? It's got to be Courtney. I'm sure she'd be cracking jokes left and right.
And those basketball shorts kind of make it a
Yep.
quick happening. But we won't get in too much detail about that. But yes, Courtney, that's a good answer. I don't know who I would take a dump next to. Probably Tom Hanks. I feel like he has a lot of I don't know, especially if he's in his Wilson era.
Yep.
Everyone loves. We'll see. And Arnold Schwarzenegger. I can just imagine the one-liners he would bust out as he's literally relieving himself in the woods. So those are probably my top two. Wow, I
Arnold
never had to
today
think
or
about
Arnold
that.
from the 80s?
Any Arnold is good Arnold because we need to hold on to him while we have him. I
Yes,
mean, people are just dropping like flies out
they
there,
are.
or dropping like dumps, if you will. So, and not to get into a brand war, completely unrelated, but who would win in a fight, Izzy? One big burly bear, or let's just say a couple of dudes, if you will. One
Bears all
bear,
the
two dudes.
way.
Two
Bears
dudes,
all
one
the way.
bear.
Don't mess with Mama Bear. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the bears would take out the dudes.
Yep, they would.
Okay. This was completely unrelated and no underlying, tone otherwise.
Not at all.
But what about a bear versus Bigfoot with Bigfoot just ending?
I'd pay to see that fight. I don't know who I'd
Okay.
have my money on. You just never know with Bigfoot. Pops in all over the place.
What about, and hear me out, Goggins versus a bear?
The bear would laugh in his face.
And following up on Goggins as his mythical return to trail running this past week, why not Goggin wipes? I was thinking about this a bit. He is just as mythical as some other creatures and folklore
Yeah.
happenings out there.
I still don't
But
know if it's AI. Is he really out there? Or is it an AI
yeah, there
version of
was
Goggins?
a surprising lack of footage of Goggins doing this race, and we saw him at the finish. But where was he in the beginning?
But was
In
he
the
really
middle,
at the
or the end?
finish?
But wouldn't Goggin wipes kind of be, ironic and counterintuitive when the whole time he wants you to stay hard?
He wants you to stay hard and he enjoys shitting.
How are you going to shit in the woods?
Yeah.
If you're just fecal impaction,
Yep.
you know, wouldn't he want you to stay soft in that instance?
Yeah. Yep.
Where I'm getting at is that I think you really chose a great name with Bare Butt Wipes.
Thank you.
And the aforementioned solutions and alternatives probably don't work out very well. So good with that. So, you know, about last year, there's the whole thing about would you rather come across a bear or a random stranger? Let's just say, would you rather come across, again, no underlying meaning between brands, one dude handing out wipes or one bear handing out wipes? Who would you rather come across in the woods?
I feel like I might have a chance to be friends with the bear. You never know with dudes out there. There's some creepy
Yeah, you
ones
never
out there.
know.
I carry a shank for a reason and bear spray. One on each.
Dudes with wipes.
Yep.
Just don't want to see that. A bear with wipes. That's a story.
Yeah.
That's because bear had seen bears.
That's something we're
Like we
posting
just
on Instagram.
rewatched the Jungle Book. Baloo. Could be Baloo.
Could be.
Which, by the way, revisit that movie.
You could
I
start
really
singing.
want you to revisit it. Yeah, it's just the bare necessities. Would you say bare butt wipes are the bare necessities? of toiletry?
Absolutely. Male, female,
Wow.
everyone needs them. Butt cheeks, orifices, armpits, face,
Just all sorts of.
under the boob.
Just,
all of
yeah,
it.
we all have that
Under
problem.
the balls.
Just
You know, got to clean everything
Yeah.
up.
getting right in there.
You can
Every crevice
shape
and
anywhere,
orifice.
right?
It's just the perfect solution to everything.
Yeah.
So what would you do? Because this has happened to me before. If you were taking a dump in the woods and someone locks eyes with you on the trail.
That has not happened to me.
They stared directly deep into my soul. It was very
Person?
life affirming.
Another runner?
Just it was a person and someone that I was attracted to back in the day.
You know,
and
I've
now our
locked
relationship
eyes
can never work.
with someone pooping running by, so that's happened. Extremely
Yeah.
awkward. I just went like this, sorry, kept running. They didn't seem to mind.
Yeah, it's just a very vulnerable moment, as we mentioned before. I feel like we are connected now, soul bonded for life.
Yep.
This was like 5 years ago. I was single, and I ruined any chance I had with this woman. She literally looked at me and said goodbye without saying a single word.
She must not have been a trail runner or ultra runner.
Very sad. I was barely a trail runner. I had no idea what I was doing. So, these wipes, I must say, have replaced basically every paper towel, rolls, and toilet paper in my household.
Yep.
In our family, we like to keep things wet around the house. So I highly recommend these bare butt wipes. Also, fragrance free, which is great for me because I want everyone to be surrounded with my earthly, natural fragrance.
I agree
So I really do
100%.
appreciate that.
Yep.
So, Izzy, as we close up shop with you here, bare butt wipes, can you tell us why we should grace these things upon our cheeks more so than the other ones out there?
Well, they're biodegradable. So although we say pack in, pack out, if something were to happen, one hard rain will disintegrate the wipe. And they're small enough package where they can fit in pockets, your pack, your belt. Very easy to take along with you.
That is fantastic. And after this is over, I'm going to take a packet of these bare butt wipes that I have. And since I'm home alone, I'm going to station myself in the downstairs bathroom for quite some time, if you will.
Okay.
It'll just be me, my thoughts, and my bare butt wipes.
No reading
And,
material?
I'll see. No.
Just your thoughts.
It's all the. Just one gentle swipe will send me on an emotional and mental journey where I will find myself more than I ever have before. And so, yeah, so bare butt wipes. We can't take the bears off the trails, which I thought we were trying to do, we shouldn't. They're very docile and lovely territorial animals as long as we don't wrong them. But we can wipe away our shame with bare butt wipes.
Yes, we can.
So, Izzy, thank you for joining us as our first guest that doesn't look like we picked him out at a Walmart at 1 a.m. Looking fantastic as always.
Oh.
So, thanks for joining us on this segment. And if you will, have a great day and wipe freely, America. This is Chip McGillicuddy along with Izzy from Bare Butt Wipes. Thank you.
Thank you.